Hi guys, so stay tuned for a 2-year review on the O'Neill Sierra 2 crash helmet. Hi guys, why wouldn't you want to come to Thailand? Huh? Look at this. Awesome. Come visit. Hi guys, so as I said, this is an honest review of the Sierra 2 crash helmet that I've used for 2 years, and I pretty much wear it every day on my bike here in southern Thailand. Stay tuned to the end. There's a couple of minus points I've got on the helmet, and let me just run you through the helmet that I've got. Here you can see, I'll do a little bit of a close-up for you. Here you can see I've just added a mount which is on one of my previous videos. If you look back, there's the thumbnail of this helmet, and the review of this mount is on there as well, so if you want to check back on some of my others. Right, first and foremost, ventilation. It's really good for ventilation. It's got a nice big open space here, and you can put goggles on with it as well, which is really good. The liner is really good. It's easy to cut, to take it out and to wash it, and I wash it normally with a little bit of baby shampoo, and then just rinse it out, squeeze it out, and leave it to dry naturally indoors. Don't put it in a washing machine, don't do anything like that. I'll put it in the sunlight to dry, and that will make it last a lot longer. As I said, the ventilation is really good. The front ventilation works fantastically, and also the air intake from there is really good. The visor never really come loose, the screws haven't come loose, and it's always been solid. There's a little bit of wind noise you get from it, but that depends on what bike you're wearing, whether it be a sports bike or ADV bike or whatever like that. It's all down to you. As I say, I bought this for 4,500 baht from Paddock in Thailand, and that's about £110. And I know you shouldn't buy helmets mail order, but a friend of mine had this helmet when I was on a road trip with him, and before I had a Carlsberg Tormax, which is another good helmet, but the line had sort of disintegrated with the wear it gets here. And so I tried Mark's helmet on, and it fit me perfectly, so I knew what size to get. So they shipped it to me, and it was all good. So nothing's really come loose on it at all, which is really good. I've taken the liner out on numerous occasions to wash it, as I said, and it always clips back nice, and it keeps its position. The foam inside is always still nice and soft and springy, and still holds up against your cheeks, which is a lovely comfortable fit. That's never deteriorated or really gone that bad, to be honest with you. A little bit maybe at the sides there, if you can see, but it's easy to take out, which is really good. So the visor's got a drop down visor, which is very handy in the sunlight. You haven't got to keep stopping and putting your sunglasses on. The clasp on the side of it here, it's a little bit awkward to get used to start off with, because it's quite flat, and even with gloves on, but you do get used to it, and it's a little bit stiff to start with, but that wears in really nice, and the mechanism hasn't failed me, and it's still working absolutely fine. Okay, it's ECE 22.5 certified, so that's what you want to do. That's the minimum really you want. DOTs, I wouldn't touch anything with a DOT on it, not worth it. If you want to go on a racetrack, then it's got to be Snell certified, but for everyday use this is really good. There's a few little marks on it where it's been corked, so I don't always put it in its bag. It comes with a bag as well. So you know, helmets do get a little bit of wear, and I do look after it. It comes pin lock ready, which I don't use here because there's no need for it for me. There's a little crack, I'll show you how close up. There's a little crack in the visor where the pin lock goes on one side, and it's starting to haze a little bit on this side, but that doesn't affect the visibility of the visor. The mechanism for the visor is still good. It still ratchets up and it still ratchets down, so it's yeah, still working, and it's not loose in any way. Right, let's go to the minus points. The strap here, it's a ratchet system on the strap. the metal buckle has started to corrode, right? And I'm sure I could take it out and respray it. And also, if you look on here, you can see, is that going to focus? I'll do a separate, I'll put a little bit more video so you see. That started to rust as well, and the side of the ratchet system there is started to rust as well. But it's still integral inside, and that's just, you know, what's happened over the last 2 years, to be honest with you. One thing I noticed, if you look at the helmet with the sunlight here, the colour of it, it's faded quite a lot. It's faded quite a lot in the sun. Now, if that alters the integrity of the helmet, because it's a polycarbonate, I believe, then I'm not sure. But it's faded quite a lot, and I obviously put that down to the climate that I live in. I don't think you'd have a problem if you lived in colder climates, or not the intense sun that we get here. So it's faded. So that's the two real major, not major issues, is the fade of the paint on the top. I don't know whether all the helmets are the same. If they are, if you've got one of these and you've had the same problem, put it in the comments below. And also put in the comments below about the strap there. So, but overall, for £110 ECE 22.5, 22.05, I do apologise. I think it's a real good value helmet. A real good value helmet. You can take the visor, the peak off if you want to. I think it's a real good value helmet. O'Neill stuff is normally pretty good quality at a cheaper price, to be honest with you. And it's a great helmet for the price. Would I buy it again? Yeah, I most probably would. I'd mostly look at a different colour. I wanted this colour because it's quite bright and you can be seen, which that's what it's all about, really. And so would I buy it again? Yes, I would. I think it's a great helmet for 2 years, considering I wear it every day, and I always wear a little beanie out on top because obviously I've got no hair and I sweat more. And so I would buy it again for the price, 4,500 baht, £110. I don't know what works out in dollars. And guys, one thing I forgot to mention is by pressing in the polystyrene inner shell, it's still soft. Helmets should be, as you press them in, they should be soft, and that's supposed to absorb the impact. If you've got a helmet and you press it and it's too hard, that's not going to absorb the impact, and that's time when you should change your crash helmet. But this, after 2 years, is still soft. You can push your thumb in and you can feel it giving in, which is that's what it's supposed to do. Okay, thought I'd mention that. Cheers, guys, and remember, stay safe.